Gamers. We're back, and it's been, I think, 2 months since the last patch, but we're finally here. Let's get started. Happy patch day. We've got our first update of 2024 loaded with balance improvements for our awesome lineup of a new and variant civilization release with blah, 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 blah. What is this? Lunar Fair. Woohoo! Starts February 1st. All right. Login reward. Login on February 16th to receive a profile icon of Chinese lantern with firecrackers going on. Okay, let's go. Map pool rotation. Okay, it starts already. With a new update comes the opportunity to refresh the map pools. This update features 2 new maps that have not seen ranked play yet. Forts and waterholes. And maybe they should never see the ranked gameplay. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. We could have lived without those 2 in the ladder map pool. You know, sometimes there's a reason for these things. Some familiar maps have made their return, giving brand new civilizations a chance to flex their refreshing gameplay on familiar battlegrounds. Maps rotating out. Hidden Valley is out. Thumbs up, fuck Hidden Valley. Rocky River is out. I'm kind of bored of it, fuck it. Canal, fuck it. Golden Heights, fuck it. I like that. Fuck them all. We don't need those. Rotating in. Forts, Boulder Bay, Mongolian Heights. You know, I'm kind of interested how Mongolian Heights will play out now. Because I personally dislike forts, but Boulder Bay, I mean, it's Boulder Bay. Just veto it if you don't like the water map. Mongolian Heights, I'm kind of curious to see how it plays out. And then Four Lakes, I always love Four Lakes. So to me, Four Lakes is probably, with Dry Arabia, the best map in the game. Dry Arabia and then Four Lakes. I love Four Lakes, so thumbs up. So new rank map pool is Dry Arabia, Cliffside, Himayama, Forts, Gorge, Boulder Bay, Mongolian Heights, Golden Pit, and Four Lakes. I mean, overall, even with the removals of the maps, I would say this map pool is better than the maps here. Forts is my personal preference that I don't like it. Maybe I'll grow to like it. If I play ladder and purely enjoyment point of view, I'll probably veto Boulder Bay just because maybe I don't want to play water maps. Mongolian, Heights I'll try. Forts I'll give it a go, right? And everything else is alright. So overall, thumbs up. Team ranked map pool out. Hidden Valley, Volcanic Island, Hideout, and Golden Heights. Rotating in Forts, Canal, Hill and Dale, and Waterholes. Oh, Waterholes is coming into team games. Okay. I was like, where's Waterholes into 1-on-1? Okay, whatever. Units will no longer get stuck on generated wall blockers. This would probably happen. Okay, let's go. So this is the bug that when you have a wall built and they try to chop a tree next to the wall, the villagers get stuck in the wall, which you've probably experienced many times. We got devs in the chat. Can we get some progress for the devs? Thank you. Maps. African waters, player starting gold will no longer spawn trapped inside the player's starting forest. Hill and Dale, we've done a tuning pass on distribution of sacred sites in Hill and Dale. We have more robust changes coming in the future. Okay, Gorge. Sheep distribution has been reworked on Gorge and Forts to be more consistent across the map with less cases of 2/3 sheep spawning bunched together. Okay, finally. Thank you. Okay, guys, are you ready? Balance all civilizations. Springles. Attack speed improved from 4 to 3 seconds, which means that instead of attacking every 4 seconds, you're going to attack every 3 seconds. Attack damage reduction from 30 plus 70 for siege and naval to 30 plus 60. Which means I am pretty sure that we're going to see some very, very, very interesting numbers happening in the siege world, where Springles might be better against every unit, but also worse against siege. Culverin, attack speed also buffed. Bonus damage versus siege decreased from plus 100 to plus 60. Mangonel, ranged armor increased. Right, so the damage of Springles has been reduced by 10 against siege, and the armor of Mangonel is increased by 10, which means that the Springles will do 20 less damage per shot, which means I think that a Springald will take now 3 shots to kill a Mangonel and not 2. And I think Culverins will be going from... Where are Culverins going to be the same then? No, I think they're going to 2-shot Mangonels, and they used to 1-shot. I think we have to check all this. Nest of these nuts, Trebuchet, ranged armor increased to Great Bombard, and Cannon. Villager torches against siege removed. By increasing the attack speed and reducing damage, it now requires more Springalds and Culverins to be able to one-shot other siege weapons. So basically, this is overall a Springald nerf against Mangonels or Nest of Bees and Bombards. But probably a buff Springalds versus normal units. So we might see Age of Springalds back. I guess we'll see. Now, Villager Torches, bonus versus damage siege removed. Wait, Villager Torch bonus versus siege. Does that mean they're still throwing torches or not? That +2 versus siege. Okay, do they still throw torches or no? Okay, they do. Okay. So villagers still have torches, but they just do 2 damage less per torch. Okay, and you will see why very soon. Oh, there it is. Battering Ram. Cost reduced from 250 wood to 200 wood. Health reduced from 420 to 340. Now take additional 20% bonus damage from melee attacks. Attack move with melee units. Listen to this. Attack move with melee units now automatically targets the rams. Which means if you have 30 melee units and enemy has an army plus rams, if you A move, the units will be attacking rams. This is a buff and a nerf, depending how you look at it. Because now you can use rams to block the enemy melee units and force the enemy melee units to attack your rams. So there's going to be more micro engaging the army with rams, but defending your keeps, defending mass rams in the late game will be a lot better and a lot less fucking annoying. So overall, I think it is a good change, because when if you've played AOE4 at all in the past year or 6 months, you know, when there's like 30 rams in the late game and you gotta fucking shift click all of them in order to kill them, well, now you can just A move your melee units and they will kill all the rams. So this is a nerf to rams, obviously. They are cheaper, but this is a nerf to rams, and I think this part right here is a step towards making the rams what they're supposed to do, which is break the side walls. The rams are supposed to... You're supposed to go on the sides, make rams, break the wall, and go in. They're not supposed to be the best late game unit where you make 60 of them and you just mow down all the buildings even though there's an active army. To me, that's stupid. Like, that's a terrible gameplay. Like, and you guys know, I molded plenty of times on stream where I have a better army. I'm winning. But then the opponent is making 60 rams and I literally cannot stop the rams destroying my buildings, and I have to shift click everything. Meanwhile, he's just like A-moving rams across the map and destroying all your production. I think that's a terrible gameplay, so I think this change is good, but yeah. Tithe Barns, income reduced from 30, 30, 30 to 40 food, 40 wood, and 10 stone. So Tithe Barns is getting a 20 stone nerf. So, yeah, this is a late game nerf for stone for all the civs. Okay, this is an interesting one, and I did not expect this one. Imperial Age economy upgrades. Crosscut Saw, which is the last wood upgrade, now provides +5 carry wood capacity in addition to 15% gather rate. That means that it's like a mini wheelbarrow for wood. So it's a small buff for wood, and buffing it like this makes sense because usually in the late game your wood is getting farther and farther from your villagers because maybe you're not constantly remaking lumber camps. So this is a pretty decent buff in my opinion for wood gathering, because a lot of people, if you guys don't know, are still skipping tier 3 eco upgrades because they're very expensive. So I like that. Cupulation no longer increases gather rate, but instead the villagers drop off 15% more gold. Now this is an interesting one. So basically, if you're mining a gold mine, the tier 3 upgrade will no longer, you know, have you gather it even faster, but instead you drop off more gold. So that means that if you drop off 100 gold, you're not dropping off 100 anymore with the tier 3 upgrade, you're dropping 115. Right? That's how I'm understanding it. 8k gold vein becomes 9.2 gold vein. And it only affects gold. It says gold specifically. Bug fixes all civilizations. That's a lot of bugs right there. Improved villagers gathering logic so that they favor going to the nearest available live sheep instead of traveling far distances for a carcass. Yo, that's big. That's big. I actually really disliked when this happened in AOE4, where you have 2 dead sheep, and then there's like a deer like fuck far away that you killed, and then they go all on the deer instead of killing the sheep next to them and then starting gathering from it. So I like that change. Corrected an issue where the trader was tagged as cavalry. Dogs are no longer selected when using all military. Horse archer units no longer favor the front of formations. Okay, this was very annoying. They would go in the front and then die first. Conversion and blah, 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 no longer target units who are blessed with Jeanne D'Arc's Strength of Heaven. Hand cannoneers from archer ranges will now produce ×5. When using the shift modifier. I was like, wait, what? Landmark Town Center's garrison error range corrected from 8 to 6 tiles. Capital Town Centers. Updated text to reflect the ability to detect and disguises. Okay. Non-capital Town Centers. Okay, whatever. Stone walls corrected incorrect defensive values. Okay. Are you guys ready for the balance changes? Abbasid. Golden Age Tier 3 corrected an issue where villagers were receiving 30% gather rate instead of 20. So Abbasid got nerfed. Okay, well, Ayyubids, culture wing advancement, feudal, age up time reduced from 40 to 20%, culture wing advancement castle and imperial reduced from 40 to 20%. The castle one discount is also nerfed from 500 to 400, imperial one from 1.5k to 1350. This is the most reasonable change in the whole patch probably. This age up wing was stupid as fuck, I'm sorry. Like, Ayyubid aging up at 630, completed age up, while your workers have been gathering the whole time is insane. Is absolutely insane. Thank you. Corrected an issue where the first golden age tier was giving 15% to gold, stone, and wood instead of 10. Okay. Dervish healing no longer heals unit in garrison. Okay, I didn't know that's a thing. Desert Raider weapon range no longer fluctuates when upgraded Desert Raiders after searching incendiary arrows. Didn't know that exists. Transport ships loaded with Attabags will now properly reduce their maximum count when the ship is destroyed. So Ayyubid advancement wing nerfed. Are you guys ready? Wait, we've been watching the development of the Byzantines carefully and decided that they need significantly more nerfs. Just kidding. However, well, they do need nerfs. Okay, I'm not kidding. They do need nerfs. Don't listen to Reddit for balanced advice. They need nerfs. Okay? You should not be kidding about that. However, while we do aim to help bring the win rates of Byzantine up, we do want to ensure that their overtuned elements do not go unaddressed. We do believe that the following set of changes will help them where they need it the most in the early game. Chiropractors. Reduced costs from 250 wood to 200 wood. And health, I mean, that's to match the other civs. Wait, their Rams got less health? Battering Ram 340 and Chiropractor Rams got 280? I didn't know that. Cisterns. Gather bonus increase from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to 10, 14, 18, 22, and 26. Which means if you mine 50 stone at the start or however much you need to mine, your villagers, all your villagers will be under a budget Aken Chapel of 15% gathering rates. Build time reduced from 20 to 15 seconds. Stone cap reduced from 300 to 250 stone. Cistern of the first hill landmark. Starting flask increased from 1 to 3. Flask maximum increased from 10 to 20. Decreased amount of health restored from 250 to 150. Reduced healing duration from 10 to 6, so burst healing, faster healing. Improved flask spawn rate from 45 seconds to 30 seconds. Reduced unit cooldown from 45 to 20 seconds. I just can't see this landmark being used. This landmark is like burger, but in like flasks. You know what I mean? I just like this landmark might be very good for your first few cataphracts, but after I cannot see it being good over the other one that gives you free units. I might be wrong about this one, but I guess we'll see. Grand Winery now acts as a mill and monastery and includes food economy technology. Who said that this should be in the game? Who said this a long time ago? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's a little buff. And you know what else? I know the devs are in the chat. I know the devs are in the chat. We need deer stones for Mongols to also have this. It makes sense. Think about it. It's not like it's gonna make them broken. Limitanei shield wall damage reduced from 50 to 40%. Big disagree on this. I disagree with this change completely. I've talked about Limitanei. I have called out Limitanei broken 2.5 months ago when Byzantines had 30% win rate. I said this unit is broken and it needs nerfs. And then all the Gold League hard stuck for the past 2.5 years, Gold League noobs in 1-on-1 were like, haha, he's molding about Limitanei. Byzantine sucks. Limitanei are still the most broken unit in the game. This needs to be nerfed more. It is crazy. In my opinion, this shield wall ability is insane, number one. Number two, 50% should go down to 25 or 30 at most, right? Or at best, right? Or they can also just have it a cooldown ability. Like, for example, you turn it on, it lasts 10 seconds and you're out. You know what I mean? Turning this shit on and it lasting forever to me is crazy. Like, this has no counterplay. The units are slower, yes, but you're engaging, like as Byzantine, you're engaging into enemies, so who cares if you're slower? You just put your Limitanei next to your archers. It is not a weakness. I think this should be further nerfed. This unit will still be a problem, and with all the Byzantine eco buffs, you will see this problem become bigger, even though they received a 10% nerf. Because mind you, they received a 10% nerf. The Limitanei did. But their eco got buffed a lot. So there's going to be more Limitanei, so the numbers will be more or less the same in terms of raw economy early game. You'll see. Trust me. Quote me on this shit. Cistern Dialectus. Research speed decreased from 50-100. Okay, this one got nerfed. This is a Cistern ability to make your research speeds faster. Like this one was wild. You were researching stuff 250% faster. Which is crazy. Wait, building one cistern? Wait, that's true. Wait, building one cistern is equal to OOTD Chapel. Except it covers more. Okay, that can't. Okay, I know that, listen, I know devs are here. Listen, OOTD Chapel. I'm gonna suggest an idea right here. And all the devs' minds are about to explode. OOTD Chapel should receive an ability to create feudal prelates. that can heal their OTD units. It makes sense with the gameplay. You want to save up your high HP units and keep them up. I'm just saying, that's a pretty good buff right there. I would build Chapel then. Golden Horn Tower landmark. Reduce training speed from 50% to 60% reduction. Golden Horn generates a bit too many resources per minute. So this is a nerf. Okay. And now produces 2 Keshiks instead of 3. Okay. Strelci olive oil cost increased from 540 to 720. Blaze it. Varangian guards are no longer selected over mercenary gulams. Imperial Hippodrome corrected issue where wolves would grant supply points. Oh, I didn't know that. Corrected help to stay the workers generate olive oil to the percentage of the amount of food carried. Akritoi defense added that it changes all villagers' weapon to a spear that deals plus 1, 2, 3, 5 bonus damage per age. Okay. Fixed an issue where systems did not cost any wood to repair. The surefire victory mastery now. Okay, whatever. I think for Byzantines, they did need some help in feudal. That being said, Limitane are insane, and you just wait until people experience the Varangian Guard mass in Imperial. Just wait. Just wait. Because now you will have a lot more games in Imperial because their feudal got buffed, so they will survive more in feudal, which means you will experience more Imperial games and you will see the Varangian Guard ability. I'm telling you. Just wait. Just wait. This is not a threat. I'm just saying. Chinese. Imperial Academy now produces Imperial officials with a 30% discount. Dock. Decreased work rate from 20% to 10%. Improve the supervise ability description to more clearly explain which buildings can be targeted. Which means that China got a little buff. 30% discount for Imperial official. So how much is Imperial official going to be? 70 food and what? 35 gold? Now, decreased work rate. This is a nerf for full water maps. I mean, it probably deserves it, to be honest. Bug fix. Windguard Rangers are now selected with select all range infantry hotkey. STRAELBORA. This guy right here. French trade ships now correctly generate 20% more resources instead of 33% more. Fixed an issue where the Chamber of Commerce would skip one free trader if 2 or more economy technologies are researched in Dark Age. And I did ask devs, remember when I went JD cock build and I didn't get traders? This is also fixed for JD. Okay? Corrected issue where Holy Inspiration would be cast on enemy naval units. Japanese. And by the way, no buffs for HRE, guys. I'm sorry. KEKW. Japanese. Oh, this is a long one. The Shrinto Shrine and Buddhist monks now each contain 3 new technologies that replace herbal medicine, piety, and tithe barns. Shinto Shrine, that's the good one. Increases the Shinto priest healing rate by 60%, health by 40%, and move speed by 15%. Gion Festival. All buildings gain 2 line of sight every 3 minutes. All economic units heal for 100% of their maximum health over 3 seconds. Wait. What is economic units? Is that villagers and traders? And is this an activation ability or is this automatic? Oh yeah, automatic? Okay. I mean, okay, just gonna heal up your villagers to full. Building line of sight is kind of nice. Kind of big. Bunrei increases the maximum amount of Yorishiro by +2. And it immediately spawns 2 Yorishiro at the floating gate. That's wild. Shinto Shrine was the landmark that was used before, and I cannot see the other landmark being used because this just got buffed more. Yeah, so this landmark has bonus 150 gold now. So this landmark can now give you 450 passive gold. Wait. Herbal medicine? So this one should be in castle, right? And these 2 in Imperial? Yeah, and there's no tithe. They don't have tithe barns anymore, guys. Buddhist temple, Zen. So the other landmark that we've never seen before, I still don't know what that landmark does. Buddhist monks generate 25 gold every 60 seconds. So if you had 10 monks, they would be generating 250 gold every minute. There's no cap. Wait, you can make 100 of them? Wait, so you can get 2,500 gold per minute. Oh, dude, the FFA with this is gonna be wild. I just built this landmark already. Maybe I'll go on the ladder now and misclick it and build that one. Nehan upgrades Buddhist conversion to Nehan conversion, which has 25% shorter cooldown and additionally improves nearby allied units' movement speed by 25% when cast. 1. Is that supposed to be a 1-1? You're missing a 1 right here next to this. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna carry relics into battles, okay? Me personally, like, pretty cool stuff, right? But I'm not researching this. This is Imperial, no? Wait, this is Castle then. Wait, is this Castle? And this is Imperial. I'm not researching this. Like, that's crazy. 5 Mountain Monasteries. Buddhist temples automatically cast Sohai Sutra on a nearby enemy every 6 seconds. Buddhist temples. I know it's the ability that slows down attack speed, but does any monastery built from Japanese if you have this landmark debuff? Ooh, that's interesting. Wait, what is the buff? What is the debuff? It's 50% damage reduction for how long? 30 seconds? Buddhist temple now has a build limit of 5. Wait, okay, let me get this straight. Buddhist temple is the useless landmark. You can upgrade this in castle. This is Imperial. When they wall a law, your units get 20% damage. Wait, what do you mean no? Oh, that's Temple of Equality? Is this a text error or what? It's called Temple of Equality. Okay, what is this? Is this a landmark change or is this a normal monastery change? Wait, okay, so wait, the other landmark is still useless or what? Is that not true? Shinto Shrine. Okay, so Shinto Shrine got changes. So the other landmark got nothing? Floating Gate is Shinto Shrine. Temple of Equality. Oh, right, it's Floating Gate. I thought it's called Shinto Shrine. Bro, I don't know landmark names. Okay, so this is landmark number 1. This is landmark number 2. Is that correct? Dude, I understand. If you build fucking Floating Gate, your shit is called Shinto Shrines. And if you build the shit one, it's called Buddhist Temple. Listen, this is the problem. Let me tell you. I thought that Shinto Shrine was the landmark name. Okay, I forgot it's called Floating Gate. So then when I read this, I was like, wait, why is this one say Buddhist Temple and this one is saying the landmark name? That's why I got confused. Thank you. Guys, we gotta change wording on this. This is way too confusing. Thank you. You gotta make it beastie proof. If I can't understand it, Twitch chat is gonna struggle. Let me tell you. So, the good landmark, right? The shit landmark. Okay. Buddhist monk. The conversion is better. Okay. So hold on. Hold on now. So if you build the shit landmark, you can now build 5 shit temples. Is that correct? That's including the temple of shit, which is 4 + 1. And the Buddhist monks, which are the monks you make from the shit temple, right? When they wall a law, your units gain 20% damage for 20 seconds. Correct, with no upgrades. But now there's also an upgrade which makes it even shorter cooldown, and you get 25% movement speed. Is that correct? Yeah. Dude, I can end the video right here. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, with all that being said, this might be pretty good. Unironically, might be pretty good. Because if you have, let's say you're building landmark normally, right? Defensively, right? That's -1. So you have 4 Buddhist temples you can now build on the field. That means that you can debuff 20 units permanently with 50% damage reduction. That's a lot. What do you mean question mark? Why are you question marking? It casts Sohai Sutra, which is the 50% damage reduction. A nearby enemy? I know, but come on, Cascade. 4 monasteries. Each casts every 6 seconds, which means that they each cast 5 debuffs until the first one expires. Which means that 4 monasteries will be debuffing 20 units permanently. You guys not understand that? I'm not being the dent here, okay? I was dent earlier, you're being dented now. Only if they're running through your base. Well, see, that's the thing. You don't build them in your base, you build them forward. You build them when you attack. Okay, this landmark is gonna ruin OTD. I'm just gonna say it right now. This landmark will ruin OTD. OTD does have like 20 units. Bro, you can do a push on the left side, build 4 monasteries, go right side, destroy the first 4, and build on the right side. Yeah, I'm gonna carry more. I mean, it can be done. That's interesting. Also, what you can do is you can build monasteries throughout your base to reduce night damages coming to raid your units. It is an Imperial though. Realistically, probably still sucks. But this one got even better, so. Town Center Rocket Range reduced from 9 to 8. Hand Cannoneer renamed to Hand Cannon Ashigaru. The game just became playable. They changed text of imaginary units in a historic video game. Huh. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about quitting about Civ names and the hand cannoneers for Japanese, and I'm so glad they changed it to Ashigarus because I could not stand it. You guys know I'm a stickler for names, historically correct. You know, you know what I mean? I'm so glad they fixed this. This is the best change in the world, and now I can finally sleep tonight and not have nightmares about incorrect text in a virtual online video game. Thank you. Koka Township will no longer instantly spawn a shinobi, but instead queue it in production for free when the landmark completes. Okay, so Koka Township got nerfed, which I've talked about this before. Koka Township on land maps, IMO, kind of sucks, but on water maps, kind of too strong. So this is, I guess, the nerf for water maps where they don't instantly spawn a shinobi, but you will kind of have it pretty fast. So it's just a delayed cock, yeah. All right. Okay. Update here. Okay. Corrected an issue where ranged cavalry were not benefiting from Uma Bannerman auras, which means that finally Onamushas will be getting the damage upgrade, so they might not be crap. Corrected an issue where melee infantry and cavalry charge was not benefiting from katana banners. Okay. Onabugashas no longer share formations with men at arms. How can they share formations with men at arms when Japanese can't build men at arms? We need that updated right now. This, unironically though, all memes aside, this is a pretty big buff. Because their crossbows suck. So this is a pretty big buff, because now it's gonna work. This is a decent damage buff to your units. This is pretty big, actually. Might not seem big, this is very big. Because right now, Onabugashas sometimes run first and then die, instead of standing, and then they're blocking the samurai from attacking. Instead of samurai's going first and then Ona's behind. So this is actually a big DPS increase for Japanese melee cleave army. Shinobi now shares a formation With Ona Bugeisha instead of Men at Arms. Oh, there's this Men at Arms again. Castle of the Crow Treasure Caravan is longer selected with select all units. Okay, fix. Okay. Yeah, I knew about this one. Transfer ships. Okay. Japanese. Yay or nay? I mean, these are pretty big buffs, right? They're definitely buffs. This is a pretty big one, I would say. This is kind of KEKW, but maybe good. This is nerfed. This is huge. This is huge. Huge. Might be the biggest impact in my life. A positive impact, of course. Jeanne d'Arc. Guys, Jeanne d'Arc has received massive buffs. Jeanne d'Arc will now receive experience when killing deer. And Jeanne d'Arc will do a bonus 50% damage against gold players, 40% damage against platinum players, 30% damage against diamond players, 20% bonus damage against Conqueror 1, 10% damage versus Conqueror 2, and no bonus damage against Conqueror 3. Thank you. Anyway, Jeanne d'Arc changes the hero Jeanne d'Arc. Oh, changes to hero. Jeanne d'Arc no longer gains experience from wolves. Honorable Heart damage reduction, which is the range damage reduction level 3 and 4, from 50/66% to 45/60%. Tier 2 Archer, Jeanne d'Arc's health increased from 200 to 20 to 25. Jeanne d'Arc's movement speed in Archer form from 5 to 5.5, which I don't know what that means in actual game. Holy Wrath damage nerfed from 35 to 30. Tier 3 melee Jeanne d'Arc health reduced from 450 to 360. Tier 3 melee Jeanne d'Arc armor, melee armor reduced from 5 to 4. Tier 3 melee Jeanne d'Arc damage reduced from 20 to 16. Charge damage reduced from 30 to 24. Look how they butchered my boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna play Jeanne d'Arc anymore. I'm out. I'm out! I'm out! I'm out. Tier 3 range Jeanne d'Arc health reduced from 380 to 280. Tier 3 range Jeanne d'Arc damage reduced from 18 to 15. Tier 4 melee Jeanne d'Arc from 50 to 40. Tier 4 range Jeanne d'Arc 38 to 28. Tier 4 melee Jeanne d'Arc reduced from 6 to 8. Psych. Companion equipment cost increased from 175 to 500. Moved from keep to blacksmith. Increased health and damage of Jeanne d'Arc by 25% at tier 3 and tier 4. Increases Jeanne d'Arc's armor by 1. You just got pranked, kid. Alright, in all seriousness, what this means is basically if you level up your Jeanne d'Arc in Feudal Age, it will be 25% nerfed stats compared to what it is now. And once you reach Castle, you can upgrade her to the original stats that we've had in the last patch, where she has normal damage. So what this does is basically just nerfs level 3 Jeanne d'Arc in Feudal Age. And then once you reach Castle, you can upgrade her and she's back to like the full power. So that's the change. In order to basically level up her damage as well, you need to age up and upgrade it. So this is obviously a big nerf. This reduces the power of the whole hero quite a lot. And I personally, like, you know, guys, when we discussed how to nerf Jeanne d'Arc, one of the changes I did suggest was to like put in basically more levels in the hero, which basically this does the same thing, right? So you will be able to get level 3, you will have 25% reduced stats, which is obviously quite a lot. And then once you get to Castle, you can get her stats with an upgrade. which I don't think is a problem. I think Honorable Heart damage reduction being nerfed, I think also makes sense because she doesn't take any damage from range attacks. And then Jeanne d'Arc no longer gains experience from wolves. You don't really gain a lot of experience from wolves, but I feel like she's already getting nerfed in feudal, so I don't know if we need this too necessarily, but I mean, it's gone, so she's gonna gain even less XP now. Where she's gonna be at like Gold League, I mean, people are probably still gonna complain about her, and I would assume that most people that complain about her are probably not even gonna notice these changes. But I do think this is a good change for overall for the game, and that's kind of like, I was always up for her power spike getting like nerfed or sorted out somehow, and I think this kind of solves it, where it doesn't go from like level 2 where it's like a potato to level 3 where it's like an actual boss you have to kill. So I think this is a good change overall for the game. At the top level, I don't know if she's going to be played as much. I don't think that she's going to go down to 0% win rate, but 25% nerf is quite a lot. And I haven't played any games, so I'm talking out of my ass here, but there is a chance that if you play against JD now, you can just fight her in feudal, and even if she gets level 3, it's whatever, right? And if that's the case, then I can see her not being picked in competitive as much. I'm not saying at all, I'm saying as much. So we'll see. But overall, I think it's a good change. Jeanne d'Arc no longer loses ability, charge progress, or cooldown progress when leveled up, garrisoned, or killed. That's big. Jeanne d'Arc's abilities can no longer be interrupted by auto attacks during casting. Big. Divine Arrow ability shows an improved arrow message when trying to target Gaia. Holy Wrath no longer damages in garrisons, which was a bug. Divine Restoration no longer heals units in garrison, which was a bug. Corrected an issue where Jeanne d'Arc would gain experience from sheep. Did not know that. Included the damage tiering information, okay, in the tech tree. Keeps her now selected, okay, whatever. Mongols. Improved wheelbarrow. Maximum number of resources carried increased from 7 to 9. Okay, I mean, wild improved wheelbarrow buff appears. Okay, Order of the Dragon. Dragon Villager gather rate increased from 25% to 28%. We have done it. Gilded Lancet. Health increased from 170 to 180. Health increased in Imperial Age from 200 to 210. So Lensknecht got a buff. Botkin bolts damage. This is Minework Palace crossbow upgrade versus Siege. And that is to compensate for the Mangonels and STBs getting more armor. So it's not really a buff. Elsbeck Palace damage reduction buff is now fixed. Spearmen no longer deal damage to nearby allied buildings. KEKW. Corrected an issue will lead Gilded Knights will lose Warhorses enhancement when tearing up from Veteran. And guys, this is why OTD buffs, by the way, thumbs up. I love it. Thumbs up. I'm not in favor for massive buffs. I know this might not seem like a lot, but I like it. I like that they're not being like, yo, let's give them fucking 50%. You know, like, just take it easy. Are you guys ready? And this is why, if you guys haven't noticed, there's one civilization that I haven't made the guide for, from the old civilizations. And that civilization is Ottoman, because Ottoman is about to have a new playstyle because they needed buffs. Sultanhani Trade Network, free traders increased from 2 to 3. Increased trader garrison slots from 6 to 10. Reduced income of each trader from 28 to 24 gold per minute, which means, what is 28 times 6? So right now you're gonna spawn with 3 traders instead of 2, and with the new landmark, if you have 10 traders in the landmark, you will be getting 240 gold per minute. And with the old one, where you can only garrison 6, you were getting 168. So obviously it does cost more supply, but you also do start with an extra trader. Now, what does this mean and why did I wait to make a guide for this? Well, I want to make a guide with Ottoman Castle Rush where you don't need to mine any gold. So we'll see how it's gonna work out. Okay, I'm cooking. Are you guys ready? Because of all the extra gold, you go Ottoman Pro Scouts into Age Up, and then you just sit on your town center and make mass knights. Ottoman will rise again? Bro, when did the Ottoman go down? I missed that part. Ottoman has been fully wrecked since the game launched. Fixed an issue where the Elite Sipahi upgrade was taking longer than intended to research from 90 to 60, so they got buffed. By the way, guys, just before anyone takes this, just before someone claims it, I hereby, first, it's 8:29 p.m. No one's done this this build already. It's too early. Sultanhani Trade Network, with or without Pro Scouts, no mining gold into Fast Castle is now called the Beasty build. That's it. If you see anyone building it, point out that it's Beasty build, patented right here, verified by the devs. They're in the chat. Thank you. And also, you can, that's a good point, you can take the Vizier point as well for 40% more gold. That increases the gold also in the landmark. Rus, wandering town ram damage increase reduced from 50% to 25%. Their rams are broken, so, you know. Jushi's legacy. That's a lot of text, guys. Song Dynasty, building wood discount reduced from 40 to 30%. Probably could use 20%, but I'll take 30% for now. Song Dynasty bonus change from affecting non-military buildings to affecting economic and population buildings, which means that the towers, the blacksmith, will no longer be discounted. And now it applies to this. Boom, right there. Medication Gardens, as people like to call it. Range reduced from 9 to 8 tiles. The best landmark in the game is getting nerfed. Meditation Gardens. Research generation reduced as follows. Berry food reduced from 8 to 6. Stone mine resources from 30 to 25. Gold mine resources from 30 to 25. So, fuck this landmark. It deserves all the nerfs. It's a destruction. That's right. It's still gonna be very good, by the way. Let's not lie to each other, right? It's just not as good. It's not broken, but it's still pretty good. Now it's well, I was gonna say now it's the second best landmark, but it's probably still the best landmark in the game. Jushi's Library. Cloud of Terror area effect reduced by 0.125 tiles and increase the damage fall off. What is this? Bombard AOE? Bro, I was gonna go spam it on ladder. What the fuck? Dock work rate decreased. This is the same as China, so yeah. Jushi's Library. It's no longer possible to queue more than 2 techs. Tank Dynasty no longer reduces the wonder cost. What? Yeah, it's funny. Corrected an issue where the Yuan Dynasty discount did not apply to Yuan Raider. Shaolin monks are now able to pick up and deposit relics reliably. That's the bald monks, because there was a bug where they just don't want to pick it up. Corrected an issue where Imperial officials could supervise markets. Huh? We're also cooking up. Yo, they said cooking up. Yo, they're cooking. Guys, they're literally cooking. You can see right here. The devs are cooking. The next major update and look forward to sharing more soon. Okay. I'm gonna devs, I know in the chat I'm about to spoil something that I found out earlier today. I'm about to spoil something and give you a little sneak peek of the next patch. The next patch will be huge. It might be one of the greatest patches in the game. And I'm not kidding. Anyway, back to this patch. So, overall, I think the main points of nerfing JD, Jushi Legacy are here. And I think, you know, Jushi being nerfed and then JD being nerfed so people can stop balding about it, I think is great. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. Byzantines will be a huge problem. I'm telling you right now. Byzantine will be a big problem in the future. People are still learning the Civ, people are still making very bad mistakes, and they just got their eco buffed up a lot. I am steering about this civilization. I am very worried. OTD buff, great, you know, little buff, love that. Mongols, okay, KEKW. Ottoman, I want to do this build and I want to do a guide for this build so you guys can go out on the ladder and pump and win your games. Overall, we're going to be testing this live on stream. YouTube gamers, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I will be back with another video tomorrow. Check me out on Twitch. I'm probably live right now checking all these things out. Twitch gamers, let's keep going. Let's go test some stuff, shall we?